Hi, good morning. Today is Tuesday, April 16th, Tuesday of Holy Week, and obviously the day after a terrible incident in Paris yesterday. Um, and let me get my camera a little situated a little bit better. There we go. Yeah, it's hard to believe. I've never been to Paris. Well, I have just in the airport, flying to Rome last time I was there. Yeah, architecture it's gotten my attention, for quite a while, and there's beautiful buildings, beautiful homes, beautiful businesses, etc. But churches, they're meant to take us to another place, not literally, but in a way figuratively, in the sense that when we cross that threshold, we step into a building that's meant for another purpose than our home, than a business, than a school, than a bank, whatever it may be. And it's meant to, show us God, or bring us into His presence. And I think whenever we step into, say, there's one place in particular. I'm just going to rearrange. There we go. Sorry about that. Like the Basilica out in Washington, D.C. to the Immaculate Conception, even our own cathedral in Sioux Falls with St. Joseph, our own parish churches. Each parish church is meant to bring us into communion with God and also with one another. And I think yesterday's fire showed us that no building is immune to those kinds of things going on. My hope is, conspiracy theories, they're going to run rampant for, the next few weeks. I've already seen quite a few of them, which are kind of sad. We need to mourn, what's happened. The building has not been lost completely. At first I thought it would be, just, the extent of damage that had already been done. But nonetheless, the building's there. And also, we do recognize that, buildings are important, but they're not everything. And I think one of the things that got my attention was the Eucharist was preserved. It was saved from damage in the fire. And the story that Bishop Swain, our current bishop, he's at retirement age. We're kind of in that waiting period for a new bishop. But oftentimes he would recall the story of his time in Madison, Wisconsin, and what happened to their cathedral. It burned as a result of, I think it was arson in the end of it. But the story of him, he was the rector at the time, and he was able to, one of the firefighters was able to get to the tabernacle and preserve the Eucharist. Every time he tells that story, he gets choked up. And I did this morning as well, when, we talk about the art pieces that may be within that cathedral in Paris, or a very important relic of the Passion, or the crown of thorns that tradition holds that adorned our Lord's head. But the most important thing was saved, the Eucharist. So we take heart, we wouldn't. I remember seeing on Twitter yesterday, nobody would go into a burning building just for a piece of bread. I hope that reminds us of the importance of the Eucharist, not only in my life as a priest, but also in our life as Catholics. That it's not just kind of this nice little reward that we get at the end of the week, but we're meant to, we are meant to feed off of Him, literally. And so as we celebrate Holy Thursday in just a couple of days, we'll be reminded of that. Maybe need another shot of coffee. Be sure my prayers for you throughout this week. May God bless your day, and especially to those who are being joined to the church very soon. Know of my prayers for you, and may God bring to a fulfillment what He has begun in you.